Welcome to WSJ Live. I'm Simon Constable. The Oscars. It's really a night that's purely about celebrating the cinematic arts, right? No one would dare talk about box office figures and gross earnings on such an august occasion, except that it is. WSJ's Quentin Fottrell says so, and he is here to explain why. Thank you very much for being here, sir.
Pleasure.
So one of the things you suggest is it's like a big infomercial.
Right. It's the biggest infomercial on the planet that is reportedly, allegedly watched by 1 billion people worldwide.
1 billion.
They say that every year, but I don't really believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it really comes close to that. But a lot of people watch it, that's for sure. And it's a huge infomercial for the movie industry. This year is a time of year is generally a quieter time for the industry.
Slack, what they say.
Yeah, after this New Year and the Christmas movies, and it's not like in the summertime movies, the blockbusters come out and the movie industry makes a lot of money. So it's a really good time to get people to go to the movies and get them excited about Hollywood.
And to get excited, and with that excited bit is that 3D movies and snacks are where it's at on the money-making side of things, right?
Yes.
If you're a movie theater owner. Explain.
So snacks are the one thing that theaters get 100% of the revenue from. There's like an 85% gross margin on snacks. They represent about 40% of the revenue for theaters. So
and that's why they like the big gaps between the movies, right? So you've got plenty of time to stack up on the artery clogging stuff or whatever.
Right, and that's why they don't let you. Have you ever tried to smuggle a can of Coke into
Sounds like you have.
I have. Up my sleeve, and they don't allow. They actually have policies where they don't allow you.
You're going to need baggier sleeves. Look at these sleeves. They're not very baggy, are they? Okay. Well, the other bit of the Oscars is that a very long period before the show starts of stars arriving and prancing around in different clothes. That's another sort of infomercial, right? Does anyone actually buy the clothes on the basis of that?
Yeah, actually, that is a really big trendsetter, fashion style, let's say. And there was a time a couple of years ago, Natalie Portman wore these tassel earrings, and they sold out of Tiffany reportedly, and also the tassel earrings were a big seller in Ann Taylor and all these other high street stores as well. So there's a sort of a trickle-down effect. Last year, Amy Adams and Jennifer from the Hunger Games, Lawrence, wore these big 80s style prom dresses, which stylists say are now back in vogue this year because
of that.
They wore them. So they set trends, but also and maybe people aren't going out to buy that dress, but they're buying a sort of cheaper equivalent. Remember,
knockoff's the word we use.
The knockoff. Remember Sharon Stone wore the white Gap shirt. That was a huge moment that was on the Oscar red carpet. Julia Roberts wore a very similar dress with this style, with a white shirt sewn into it by a famous designer at this year's Golden Globe. So that was 15 years ago, and people still remember moments like that.
So that matters. The red carpet is as much about the event as anything else, as the movies. Okay, you say in your column that the best movies don't always win. I tend to agree with that, but why do you say it?
Well, sometimes it's, like Blue's the Warmest Color, it's about when the movie is released in time for the Oscars. Other times it's really, if you notice, in the Oscars year after year, it's the same group of people. It's the same celebrities who are, for most years, household names that are nominated. So it's really a very cliquish affair. There's like
and you've got some statistics in here which I thought were fascinating about the Academy, who makes up the Academy, and it's something like very white, very male, and quite old. Right.
So it's the Academy voters of a certain age, etc. And there's a lot of like Frances Ha, Don Juan, Fruitvale Station. There's a documentary, Stories We Tell. Really great movies that just never figured on the. But then we have Philomena. Is Philomena that good for a best picture Oscar? I don't know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. But we know what you'll be doing when the Oscars are on, don't we? You'll be watching it.
I'll be watching them live in New York.
Great. Always a pleasure. Quentin Fottrell of Market Watch. I'm Simon Constable, and this is WSJ Live.